You see, we have a standard advertising council. If you write to the council, so and so ad is bad, they will write to the newspaper, don't put this ad, they'll call you for a hearing, etc., etc. But that's it. The Medical Council of India, again, in 2011, I've been talking about this from 2010 onwards. The Medical Council of India, I remember the chief was one Dr. P.K. Talwar, who was from Chandigarh, PGI Chandigarh. I had 2-hour meeting with him over dinner. I said, sir, got to stop this. Yes, I think you're right. We'll have to have an ethical committee. I said, that will never happen. Please make somebody responsible to look into these ads. The Ministry of Health has too much work on their hands, but I think they will have to look into this and stop this misleading advertisement. And I'll give you some examples which will really hit you. Ads. What about the newspapers? I opened a clinic and a chain of clinics, and they came to me, one of the big newspapers of India. Sir, give us so much equity, promise us so much advertisement. We will publish whatever you say. And many houses do that. There are Ayurvedic and homeopathic and other houses which have big articles in the paper. You think it's an article, it's actually an editorial, and they will write and sell anything. And the public is being fooled. Public thinks it's right. We should try that. We should do that. And they are just taken for a ride. You say, talking about mesotherapy, PRP, stem cell as permanent approved non-surgical techniques to cover baldness. Rubbish. They talk of FDA approved and that FU is scarless surgery. Let me tell you something interesting. I was the president of the Association of Hairdressing Surgeons of India, the body where all the hair surgeons of India are together. Fortunately, I am also currently the president of the Indian Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery. After 30 years of research, not a single hair has grown in a human being using stem cell. This is not my saying. Look at the website of the International Society of Hairdressing Surgery. After 30 years of research, not a single hair has grown on the scalp of a human being using stem cell. They have managed to get some lanugo hair on mice and rats. You see the ads about stem cell all over. Mesotherapy, nothing advantage to medication. Use medicine, inject the medicine, same mesotherapy. Lasers, no proven effect. Oils, shampoos, no role, but they advertise so much. PRP, a certain role to save hair, but not grow new hair. So with this anonymous nature of internet postings nowadays, you like a surgeon, he'll get 100 people to write, great surgeon, great results. You don't like a surgeon, you want to run him down, tell them, hey, 10 aadmi likh to bhaiya, they'll write all sorts of rubbish about you. It's become absolutely a bazaar where anything is happening. Internet can be very useful, but also very, very misleading. And there are ineffective regulations of online posting. In UAE, in Dubai, even your website, if it has a page is not right or incorrect, is not allowed to be posted. So it's important that the consumer is aware of all the testimonials and sees skepticism. And whenever a patient comes to me and talks about this website, that's website, I said, you see a website where there are hundreds and thousands of doctors, a federation, a confederation, an association. They cannot write the wrong thing. 100 doctors won't write the same wrong thing. Like you see a website of www.ishrs.org, the International Society of Hairdressing Surgery, they will not say something wrong. Look at this ad. Talks about hair transplant, the guy is wearing a wig. What will the man understand? What will you understand? Look at this ad. Anagrow, stem cells. Arey bhaiya, stem cells se baal nahi ugte. People will rush to them. No surgery. 20,000 rupees, do it please. 3 months, 6 months, kuch nahi hua sir. But the ad is running and the ad captures the market, a front page of a tabloid. The company pays 2 crores to the printer. The printer puts in whatever ad you put. That's it. This ad. You see, you have a chain of clinics, so you can afford to give big, big ads. The money is allowed, it allows you, the finances allow you. And this again misleads many people. One-stop shop. Lose 5 kilo weight for 5,000 rupees, an additional 5 kilos, and this and that. Arey bhaiya, if you can lose 10 kilos by giving 5,000 rupees, तो कोई मोटा नहीं रहेगा भाई. What is the use? People who are 20 kilos overweight will pay 10,000, become slim. It is not possible scientifically. There is no medical system that can make you lose 10 kilos weight, 5 kilos or 10 kilos weight in 1 month. But ads are rampant. People who have money and little thick, let's go and give and go ahead. What about this? I am sure many of you have seen this ad. Now I am going to open a Pandora's box. Mr. Satyabrahma, just look at this, please. I am going to open a Pandora's box which will set many eyes. I don't know do what. Gautam Gambhir and Virendra Sehwag ad by DHI, hair transplant, beautiful. So, Sehwag was so bald and now has so much hair. Lovely. DHI, we must go to DHI, get a hair transplant done. DHI, 150 rupees a follicle. Sehwag is our brand ambassador. But Sehwag got a hair transplant in 2008. This is the picture you see 2011, 10th of December 2011. Sehwag got a double 100 in a one-day match and took off his cap. Look at his hair. That ad you saw, and look at this hair. So how is the trick being done? Very simple. This lady came to me, very thin hair, no hair, wants thick hair, wants to go to a party tomorrow. I'll give you thick hair in a minute. How? Oh God, it's turned around. Anyway. So there's a powder available. You sprinkle the powder makes it nice and thick. So in 1 minute, like a PC Sarkar magician, I made it nice and thick. And the lady now looks full of hair. So this lady which was this, now has become this in 1 minute. And Mr. Sehwag who looks like this, now looks like this in the ad. And people say, oh wow, what hair, let's go. Virendra Sehwag ne surgery karai. This has to stop in India. This has to stop in India if you want real things to come out. What about this ad? Lovely. Gautam Gambhir, beautiful. Gautam Gambhir had lost so much hair. Maybe DHI couldn't do anything. Advanced Hair has done it. Lovely. Now tell me, how many of you in the audience here think, put your hands up, who's a good hair transplant? How many think it's a good hair transplant? You don't think he's got good hair, Gautam Gambhir? Nobody thinks it's a good hair transplant? It is not a hair transplant, it's a wig. But where does the ad talk about a wig? Where does the ad mention that Gautam Gambhir is wearing a wig? So when you go to them, they'll talk of skin and this and that. It is actually a wig they're selling and will get you to buy and not a hair transplant, although they mention hair transplant centers are here and there. These ads have to be very clear. They have to announce what they're saying and doing and tell the truth. The other big bane, the other big hurdle in our country is that there's inadequate training. We don't have enough centers to train people, young people to learn cosmetic surgery. And the quality of medical education is suffering seriously over a period of time. The lack of proper teachers and facilities also is a problem, and people think that a cosmetic surgery is the last thing required. But it is a need of times. The increase in demand today is because more and people want it. Why do they want it? There's a reason for it. The big problem we have now is the danger of a lot of unqualified people doing cosmetic surgery. They are giving aesthetic services. And these houses, the business houses, what they do, they will get Ayurveds, they will get homeopaths. You have a degree, you're a doctor, so put them on the table. They are cheaper, please work for me, I pay you so much, write all this and we'll sell this. And that is becoming a very, very big problem. And the aim again, as I say, of these houses is more of income than of services. Incorrect. They are unlicensed workers who are working without supervision. You don't know who's doing what for you. And the rampant is there in the hair transplant industry. I'll give you a funny story. Some technicians have learned hair transplant and they make a team. And they will go to a doctor. Sir, you catch a patient, you charge 50,000, give us 20,000, we'll do hair transplant. You don't do anything. So this quack or a doctor who's an MBBS or whatever gets the patient, you are bald, I'll get you hair. Chalo bhaiya, we'll do a hair transplant, you pay so much. That team of quacks of technicians comes, do the hair transplant, go away. Such teams are rampant in Ludhiana, in Chandigarh, now it's in Bombay, in Pune, in Ahmedabad. This has to be stopped. We can't let anybody's life being run by anybody else. And hair transplant is done now by whom? By dentists, ENT surgeons, gynecologists, urologists, name it, and they want to do hair transplant. There is no specified qualification which I'm going to give it. I'm going to give a memorandum actually. Look at this clinic. Our promise. We are the only clinic. We are the only clinic that provides a guarantee pain-free, scar-free transplant with a permanent natural looking. Look at this clinic. Natural FUE, no scars, no stitches, no scalpel, no pain. These things have to stop. If they don't stop, this market will get bad towards and people are going to get ruined. It's for this reason that I'm going to present a memorandum to the Health Minister when he's here today evening on behalf of the Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery and Hair Surgery to tell them to stop these practices. Let not anybody and everybody do whatever surgery you want to do, and also regulate practice in these fields. Another big problem which India is facing today is service tax and aesthetic surgery. Service tax, which began in 2010 as 10.3% and now 14.5%. It's really a big amount for many people. It's a stumbling block for a long time, and it was introduced in the USA earlier but withdrawn. Is cosmetic surgery really for vanity? Is it only for vanity that you have put in this service tax? All medical branches, you will appreciate, have an allied surgical branch. Like medicine has surgery, cardiology has cardiothoracic surgery, nephrology has urology, urosurgery, neurology has neurosurgery. What about psychiatry? Psychiatry actually is cosmetic surgery. It is basically the surgery of the mind. And believe you me, I am practicing more than 20 years, 70% of people who come in for cosmetic surgery are middle class people. People think it's only the rich, the affluent, the people who have a lot of money, the film stars and etc. come. No. 70% people come who are middle class. And these people are depressed, they are unhappy with themselves, they are unable to adjust to society, they actually get mentally handicapped. What is the fault of this guy? 20-year-old guy with woman like a breast, with breast like a woman. He goes to college, people tease him. He goes with his friend circle, people tease him. He can't wear a t-shirt. Is this something for vanity? What is the fault of this girl? Absolutely blunt nose, can't get married, people are rejecting him on and off. What is the fault of this guy? 22-year-old guy, 23-year-old guy, girl can't get married, woman difficult times in the house because of this absence of hair. This is not for vanity, it's essential. A girl with small breasts cannot get married. A girl with too big breasts cannot get married. Somebody too fat, difficult to adjust to life. These are not only for vanity. A section of it, yes, is for vanity, but not everybody. But to ask everybody to pay the service tax of 14.5% is a lot. And these children are suffering for no fault of their own. It's genetics. The parent was bald, the father is bald, I am bald. There's gynecomastia in the family, I have gynecomastia. My mother's a blunt nose, I have a blunt nose. So why are you charging these people who are middle class this extra amount of 14.5% service tax? It's so important to restore self-esteem and self-confidence and bring to power others in society. So it's actually essential surgery. It is not always cosmetic surgery that you have to levy that 14.5% tax. This tax also is a big stumbling block on medical tourism. Many people want to come from abroad. They come here, why? Services are good and cheaper. But the extra 14.5 is a problem. And so huge influx of foreign patients, foreign exchange is not being possible. And the big demand for Indian setting due to quality of doctors, economy and cocktail with tourism, all are being affected by this service tax. In fact, there was a huge debate about service tax. It was reduced in America for cosmetic surgery and withdrawn because of a big debate and a lot of noise. And also professional indemnity is not available to doctors doing cosmetic surgery, which is a problem. So who will verify and stop all this? Who is going to stop this and take and bell the cat? These unethical claims, false claims, practice, how will it stop? There has to be a body to stop that. The Ministry of Health, the Medical Council of India, the Standard Adressing Council, maybe some body to be made to look into these things. Then only will this scenario in India change for cosmetic healthcare. So there should be definitions. Who can do hair transplant? What qualifications required to do hair transplant? Who can do aesthetic surgery? What qualifications required to do aesthetic surgery? And there should be somebody who will verify this and take legal action against people who are misleading others, who are giving false advertisements. And also, it's important to create awareness on selecting the right surgeon. There are so many hurdles. To try and give you a short list of the hurdles: aesthetic, A, the advertising part, which is the most important. B, E, the education. You have to give education, get good doctors. Right people do the surgery, stop wrong people doing surgery. ST is the service tax factor, which again is very important. HE is the human element. You got to get the right person to do surgery, not anybody and everybody. Also tourism being affected, and you got to innovate, have institutions, and cut down cost and improve caliber if you want to get good quality medical health care. Results should be like this, where a patient who is suffering from a mental problem, difficult to adjust with two children because she's put on too much of weight. I did a couple of surgeries for her and she now says, I have a brand new body. Results like this, where that smile tells you how happy the person is and how happy you are having produced such a good result. Before I conclude, I would like to pay my gratitude to someone for this award. You know, behind every successful man is a woman. My life, I'm fortunate enough, my first one, my mother, she was a big inspiration for me.